Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rachakwadash, dove honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, as well as dove honor to their elders. Peace and blessings to 144,000 pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, as well as peace and blessings to all the believers of Yahweh Shai. I just want to do a quick lesson, going into Revelation 13 and 16, which is the prophecy of the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. It's based off of a post that, the Secretary of Department of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., that he posted. So, Lord willing, this is edifying to the point, because this prophecy must be fulfilled, before World War III can happen, before, Yahweh Shai can come and deliver the elect, Lord willing, be at that number. And they're pushing it, They're getting ready to come down with this MOTB, Lord willing, soon. But this is a post that he put on Twitter, June 20th, 2025. It says, this is his Twitter. You see, at Sec Kennedy, it's right here on this page here. This is his Twitter. So it says, the mission to make America healthy again includes MABA, which stands for Make American Biotech Accelerate. And what is biotech? Bio just means life, and technology. Tech is technology. They want to they want to fuse the two, ultimately with that chip under your skin. But let's finish reading this. We'll get into it. It says President Trump showed in his first term what happens when you unlock American science. Breakthroughs happen fast. Now we're going to do it again. We know the power of U.S. biotech. It's time to let it flourish. Call like how Bashim Yahushai, We've been waiting for this prophecy to be fulfilled. So Lord willing, they come soon. Whatever they gonna come with, Let this microchip flourish. Globally, man. It says it's time to let it flourish, not tie it up in red tape, misalignment, and a process that gives the edge to foreign interest and large incumbents. Because this is the prophecy of Revelation 13 and 16 is a global thing, and all of these other countries, Russia, China, Israel, shit, everybody's working on a digital system, as well as they're going to make the people take, a microchip, It says, we're clearing the path to transform great science into real cures at lower cost and better health for the American people. Life science and biotech are at the heart of that. And, Trump is with it too. Got to play a couple minutes of this video here. This is day one when he came back into office. He's with three tech executive, Larry Ellison, Sam Altman, and Masayoshi's son. Okay. So let's play a few minutes of this Trump talking, and introducing this guy, and then I got a quick video of just Larry Ellison speaking on it, and then we'll get to the scriptures. It says President Trump announced his project Stargate, largest AI infrastructure project by far in history, and AI is going to work hand in hand with this, the mark.
Hello, everybody. Thank you.
And you see Larry Ellison in the first walking in all weird and shit. This guy right here.
Nice to see you. Some very familiar faces. Well, thank you very much, and it's an honor to be here today. We have first full day as president. We're back, and we had a great first term, but we're going to have an even better second term, and I think we're going to do things that people would be shocked at. We're starting off with tremendous investment coming into our country at levels that nobody's really ever seen before, and they're very happy with the fact that I won the race and that they feel confident in their investments, and it's big money and high quality people. So my first day back from having a nice life, it's my honor to welcome three of the world's leading technology CEOs, and in the case of Larry Ellison, it's well beyond technology. He's sort of CEO of everything. He's an amazing man, an amazing business person. But to announce the largest AI infrastructure project by far in history, and it's all taking place right here in America.
Wix gives you the freedom to tell your story.
As you know, there's great competition for AI and other things, and
Great competition for AI and other things. Yeah.
they're coming in at the highest level. We're joined by Oracle Executive Chairman Larry Ellison, SoftBank CEO, my friend Masayoshi Son, and CEO of Open AI, and I would say the uh, by far the leading expert based on everything I read, Sam.
Yeah, that's all I play for that. But just want to show, hey, Trump is with this. Lord willing, hey, this is our fate that we during this guy's presidency, we will see the fulfillment of Revelation 13 and 16. He's going to push that mark out. Let's play this quick video from Sam Altman. And I forgot Salaki. I do have some quick definitions. From talking to the Google AI here, was asking about basically what is biotech, and we'll get into all of that. So just a quick portion from this video here, and all of this will be in the description box if you want to go check it out for yourself as well. But this is Larry Ellison. He's speaking on AI and whatnot and how it's going to help improve health and stuff. But I'll let him speak right quick.
We will soon have not only artificial intelligence, but much sooner than anticipated, artificial general intelligence, and not in too distant future, artificial superintelligence. What is artificial and superintelligence? I'll quote my dear friend
It's a lot. I got to sped up. I don't want it to pass the point and turn back to normal.
Elon Musk. Well, Elon said about artificial superintelligence, I'm not looking forward to being a house cat.
I mean,
So we will have incredible reasoning power, the ability to discover things that would elude human minds, because this next generation of AI is going to reason so much faster, discover insights so much faster, whether it's being able to diagnose cancer in early stages, or design therapies, custom design vaccines for those cancers, custom made for your genomics and your specific tumor antigens. So that is
You see, early detection and custom made, vaccines or whatnot. How are they going to accomplish this? They want to get under your skin, subdermal, and put that device in you. That's going to be able to monitor you constantly, your heart rate and what the different changes within your body. Meanwhile, it's causing the damn cancers. You know, man, I wasn't gonna bring this up, but let me just see if I can find it. A quick Google search, because they test microchips on different animals or whatnot, and it was an article I found a while back. Let me see. Do microchips in rats cause cancer? Let's see if I can find the article. Let's see what this says right quick. However, since the 1990s, studies have shown evidence that microchips cause cancerous tumors to develop in rats and mice. So even right there, once that's gonna cause that grievous sore upon you. As it's prophesied in Revelation 16 and 2 for taking the mark of the beast. Uh, you know what? That's fine enough. If you want to go dive into that, you can too. But it's evidence out there showing that microchips in these different animals, they test them out, it cause cancer. So let's get into this now. Just asking the AI mode on Google. I said, what is biotech? It says biotechnology, often shortened to biotech, is a field of science that uses living organisms or their components like cells and biological processes to create technologies and products with various applications, particularly in healthcare, agriculture, industry, and environmental management. It says essentially, it's about harnessing the power of biology to solve problems and improve human life and health of our planet. And Esau Edom is nothing but a damn liar, because if he was for the health of our planet, he would keep the law, statutes, and commandments, because that's all it takes to keep the earth healthy, following the law, statutes, and commandments. It says, think of it as applying the tools and technology of biology to technological advancements. And this is how Esau Edom, he wants to fulfill eternal life, through technology, putting chips in people's brain and freezing yourself and all this weirdo stuff. But you can read into all this too. And then I also asked, after I asked it the question, what is biotech? I asked it another question. I said, is are microchips involved in biotech? It says yes. Microchips are significantly involved. So a major part. Yes, microchips are significantly involved in biotechnology, particularly in the development of advanced diagnostic tools and research platforms. You see, advanced diagnostics. So let's play this quickly. What he said right here. You know what he's not telling the people. Yeah. Oh, the early detection, but through what? Through a RFID microchip or a NFC, which is near field communication. You know, this is the prophecy. Revelation 13:16 is about to be fulfilled. You know. Let's see if this.
Generation of AI is going to, that would elude, have incredible minds, because the ability to discover things that would elude human minds, because this next generation of AI is going to reason so much faster, discover insights so much faster, whether it's being able to diagnose cancer in early stages or design therapy.
You see that to be able to diagnose cancer in early stages. How are you going to do that without this device? That's what they're not telling you. But hey, us through the Ruach Hakodesh, the gift of the Holy Spirit, we've been let into the insight of what's going on. Uh, we're not as the scripture says, 2 Corinthians 2:11. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Lest Satan shall get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Roughly paraphrasing. So it says, yes, microchips are significantly involved in biotechnology, particularly in the development of advanced diagnostic tools and research platforms. They play a crucial role in biochips, which are miniature devices that integrate biological materials and electronic components to analyze biological information at the molecular level. Uh, and I'll put all this in a description box once again. Let's just, because I don't want to make it too long. I want to get to the scriptures. It says, in summary, microchips provide the technological foundation for many cutting-edge advancements in biotechnology, enabling miniaturization, automation, and enhanced functionality in research, diagnostics, and therapeutic applications. And just from this, I seen some sites over here. It says 8 vital applications of biochips in healthcare. It says, this is from last year, December 4th, 2024. Let me see. It says, I'm just gonna read the headlines here. It says the eight biochip applications shaping the future of healthcare innovation. Now I'm gonna read this paragraph too. If I want to interested to see what they're saying here. This is my first time reading it. In the rapidly evolving world of healthcare, biochips are emerging as game changers. These tiny yet powerful devices combine cutting-edge technology with biology, offering unprecedented capabilities in disease detection, personalized medicine, and drug development. Hey, this is the damn lies that Esau Edom is coming with. This is going to just make the health worse. It's going to cause the cancers that it's so-called telling you that it's early detecting it. It's a bunch of bullshit. When is this damn devil ever, as the scriptures say? Let's get a couple scriptures. Man, you got to sign. I should have read it a little bit faster. Let's get a few scriptures though. So like this lesson might be a little long. What's the scripture I'm thinking of? Sirach 14:5. This damn devil, you can't trust him. He's never done good for anybody, especially not you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Sirach 14 in verse, or Book of Ecclesiastes chapter 5 in Apocrypha in verse 5, it says, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his good. So this damn devil's evil to his damn self, to his own people, the so-called white people, you Edomites. He don't give a damn, so this is not, he's not going to, he's bringing it and presenting, this microchip. This is a good thing. It's gonna be able to early disease detection, personalized medicine, and drug development. But it's not. It's not a good thing, man. It's causing the harm. But let me continue reading. This says, think of them as the smart gadgets of the medical world, small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, but with the potential to revolutionize diagnostics and treatment. Here we explore key biochip applications in healthcare, highlighting their transformative potential in diagnostics, drug development, personalized medicine, and beyond. So, it says disease diagnostics, personalized medicine, drug discovery and development, genomics, and proteomics, or proteomics. Have to read into this one. Uh, Point of care testing, infectious disease surveillance, neurodi- neurodi- neurodegenerative diseases, reproductive health. I believe that was the last one. So yeah, let's get into the scriptures now. Cause this prophecy is near to being fulfilled. Especially with seeing all the current tensions in the world, it has to be fulfilled. Everybody, you got 2/3 of our people and these regular people in the world thinking that, you know, uh, World War III about to pop off, nuclear war, the world about to be destroyed. No, man, you got prophecies, that's to be fulfilled before, i.e., Revelation 13 and 16. These things must happen before the B Salakia. The MOTB must be made mandatory before, all hell, not all hell, but World War III and Yahweh Shai can crack those clouds. So let's get into it. Let's start at verse 15. Revelation 13 and 15, it says, "And he had power, and that he is the beast, NATO and the EU, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast." Salakia, give me a second. All right, Con. I called out him like, yo, but Shemi, I was shy. Alarm was going off. It was supposed to go off this morning, but hey, I put it on PM instead of AM. But Revelation 13 and 15 from the top again, he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast is going back to the image of the way the system of government that they ruled in the ancient Roman Empire. America is nothing but a photocopy of that. America, through the system and policies of America, that's how the image of Rome is speaking. A Senate house that comes from the Roman Empire and want to rule over the people. This is how Rome ruled, and many other things. But start from the top again. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that killed goes into literally physically kill. You're gonna have certain believers of Yahweh Shem Shai being beheaded, for the namesake of Yahweh Shem Shai, not taking this man's mark. This is G615 Apoctino. Under outline of biblical usage, it says to kill in any way, whatever. It says to destroy, to allow to perish, so literally being killed, as well as G575 Apo, which goes into under outline of biblical usage, says of separation, of apart from the whole. So being separated from society, you're not gonna be able to participate in this man's society. Hey, because we're gonna read, you're gonna be able to buy and sell, save that you have the mark. So Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So no matter who you are, everybody's going to have to take this. You low in society, you high in society, you're rich, you a billionaire, trillionaire. Hey, guess what? He wants to know where you at too. This man has a God complex. Are you poor? You free? Or you bond? You are incarcerating this man prison and jail system. Everybody's going to be caused to take that mark, or be X'd out from society or physically killed. This damn devil is going to come to a point, he's going to show his horn, man. We're going to have the guillotines, man. It's going to be a time like never before upon planet Earth. But Revelation 13 and 16 from the top again, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And you go into this word mark here, it's charagma. It's a physical thing. Uh, G5480, it says charagma. Under outline of biblical usage, it says a stamp, an imprinted mark, thing carved, sculpture, graven work. Just letting you know, it's a physical thing that this damn devil wants to put into you. It's not a spiritual mark. They physically want to put a microchip within people. To know where they at. This he wants to know where everybody's at, what you're doing, what's your carbon levels, emission. Everything. This is the damn devil, the so-called white man. Going to the root word from Charagmas G5482, Charax. And this is going to, that device. It says under outline of biblical usage, a pill or stake, a palisade. The device I'm talking about is, the syringe. I always when I do my MO2B lesson, I like to show, sweet and chip parties. You go to YouTube, type that in, and you'll see people, happily, as they said, turning themselves into cyborgs. So that's that pill or stake is going to the syringe. And then you go to the root word from Karax, it's grapho, G1125, grapho. Under outline of biblical usage, definition 2.4 says, to write to one, i.e. by writing in a written epistle, to give information, direction. And this is the part of that microchips that's going to hold all your health information, your driver's license, wallet, even your biometrics, your fingerprint, eye scan, your palm scan, all of that. That's going that microchip can hold all of those things. And all it takes is a quick Google search. You can fact check that. Can a microchip hold biometrics? And then hey, you can get into that. So Revelation 13 and 16, I'm gonna keep going. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And you got different companies with those brain computer interfaces. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And this is how he's going to cause you. You ain't going to be able to participate. No more buying and selling unless you get down with this man's system, unless you're bowing down to that image. And the name of the beast comes with the mark. Once you get that mark within you, now you put the name of Esau Edom up on you. That's now your God instead of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It says, or the number of his name, which is let's go into that in verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, threescore and six. And this goes into the universal product code as well as, chi psi stigma, that 600, threescore and six. G5516, chi psi stigma. The chi, that X is the representing the X and out of Yahushai. This is the place where he was spiritually crucified. Then the psi, which let's get a visual of it in its uppercase form. This is going to Esau, Edom's, wisdom on the left hand side, which really it is in wisdom, as it says in the Apocrypha, because they're trying to achieve these spiritual things through technology. It's not going to happen. See, this is I guess you will usually see it in the uppercase version like this when they use it in their logos, like the Tesla logo, even the Biden Harris logo. You'll see that the psi, it's a symbol for them. Ultimately, it's time to push the mark. You got the Tesla logo. Who runs Tesla? Elon Musk, who also runs Neuralink. Is he the one of their company? They always gonna have this, that psi in there to show. But then you got the lastly you got that's chi, psi, and then you have the stigma, which is going into that pricking. Let's get that word stigma in Galatians 6 and 17. Galatians 6 and 17, it says, and this is the Apostle Paul speaking, from henceforth let no man trouble me, for I bear in my body the marks of the Lord Yahushai. And you go into that word marks, it's stigma. Let's read the definition for you, give you a clearer, visual that this is a physical mark. It's nothing that's spiritual. That's the IUIC is pushing, and Watchmen for Israel. I don't even know what they say about it anymore. I have to check them out again. But under outline of biblical usage for the word G4742 stigma, under outline of biblical usage it reads a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods. And It happened in the past. It's gonna happen again this time. You know, this man want to prick you, and cut you with, and put a brand upon you, a digital awl, you know, if you will, with that grain of rice. You know, that the RFID chip. You know, it's a physical thing. Well, let's start to wind it down here. Let's go to Revelation 3 and 10. You know, proving that this is a global prophecy. You know, as the that one guy who was bucking up, you know, against the MOTB, saying how it's going to happen across all of the a world. You know, when the nations are bickering and not agreeing, and it's going to happen because prophecy says so. You know, and this is red letter Yahweh Shai speaking. Revelation 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, and patience goes into suffering, and the elect are was suffering for the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, his namesake, you know, and enduring no matter what. Through you know, we know persecution is coming. We're gonna continue to suffer through it, you know, Lord willing. We be at that number. So because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And what's the hour of temptation? When the MOTB, that RFID chip is made global on the you know, it's like you're not made mandatory on a global scale. You know, that's the hour of temptation. You're gonna have to choose. Everybody's gonna be tested, and you have to choose who, you know, who, what master you're gonna serve. You know, and if you're not serving Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, it don't matter if you don't take the chip. You know, and the only way to be saved is through the faith in Yahweh Shai, which is only given to the elect. So because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And let's not just stop face value, because it says all the world, because there's many different worlds. You got cosmos, ion, and oikumene. Those are three words for world in the New Testament. And in this case, the word for world is G3625, oikumene. And under outline and biblical usage, it says the inhabited earth. Said definition 3, the whole inhabited earth, the world, the inhabitants of the earth, men. So it's talking about everybody. Once again, this damn devil, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he has a God complex. He wants to know where everybody at on the planet, you know, and what everybody's doing. He wants to track everything, you know. But guess what? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is not gonna let him, you know, get it, fulfill his, you know, fill his belly to the full. So let's end it off here. Well, we're not. We'll end it off on Isaiah 33. But this is Revelation. This is the judgment for those who, you know, worshipers of the beast. So it says doom for worshipers of the beast. Revelation 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And the indignation of the Heavenly Father is his righteous anger. We don't want to feel that. You know, it says it's going to be poured out without mixture. Ain't no telling. We don't want to know. You know, Lord willing, we're going to be in the chariots as it's, you know, prophesied. The elect is going to be looking down upon America burn. So continuing on, it says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the Lamb is Yahweh Shai. They're going to be shooting laser beams from the so-called UFOs, as the world call them, and UAPs, but these are the chariots of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you know, the vehicles that the angels drive. And Yahweh Shai is going to be coming on the largest one, you know, that's compared to like of a mountain. But let's end it here in Isaiah 33 and verse 6. You know, as I mentioned, you know, the only way to make it is to, you know, have the faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to have this wisdom and knowledge. So Isaiah 33 and 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is his treasure. You see, having the understanding of these scriptures, knowing not, you know, what the mark of the beast is, knowing not to take it, hey, that's going to keep us stable, you know, when it is made mandatory, and, you know, on a global scale. People all that been bucking up against it, you know, believing that the MOTB is not that RFID chip. Hey, they ain't gonna know what to do in those times, but we're gonna know what to do in those times, because we have the faith to know that's what it is, you know, through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you know. Hey, as the Apostle Hart says, you know, 1,000% sure, you know, there's no doubt. So Isaiah 33 and 6 one more time, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. And you go into that word stability, it goes back to the root word, goes back to Amawan, which is faith. You know, faith Trust, faithful, under outline biblical usage, it says faithfulness, trusting, faithful, trusty. So having an understanding of these scriptures, of the prophecies, that's what's going to keep our faith strong. We know what's to come, and we know that the elect is going to be delivered from it. Lord, when we be at that number, and once it says, and strength of salvation, as I just said, we know what's coming. So this is the strength of our salvation as well. Knowing how to please Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, having the opportunity, as the apostles always say, we are the hopeful elect. And it says the fear of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai is his treasure. And it truly is, because we could be like destroyed for lack of knowledge, as we see 2/3 of our people still, not eating whatever, living an abominable life, doing everything that's contrary to the scriptures, and not knowing the prophecy to come. They have no hope. They just think that America's going to keep going on forever. We have hope within the fear of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Now, I'm not going to ramble on. I'm going to end it right there. Lord willing, it was edifying and to the point, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Rachakwadash, the one to the apostles and elders of great millstone rule well. Peace and blessings to 144,000, pushing his word without truth and sincerity. Shalom.